In this video, I'm going to show you how to get your Echo to respond quietly with whisper mode. Hi, my name is Craig. This is part of my weekly Echo series. If you're new here, please consider subscribing to check out future videos. Also, check out the links in the description to this Echo and all the new ones that have come out. Please use those links. They definitely help the channel out. Now, this is week number 43 of my 52-week Echo video series. If you've watched some of the others, thank you. Also, I've changed the name of my device to computer, so I hopefully won't trigger your device at home. Whisper mode allows you to whisper your request, and your device will whisper it back. There's an Amazon blog that explains how this works. Forgive me if I butcher this name, written by Zainab Raishi. It says in there that whispered speech is predominantly unvoiced, meaning that it doesn't involve the vibration of vocal cords, and it has less energy and lower frequency bands than original speech. That means that whispers have their own characteristics. When creating this mode, they compared the difference between two different neural nets. The more sophisticated long short-term memory proved to be more effective. This uses a process called endpointing, which allows Alexa to recognize the end of an utterance by a short period of silence that follows end of speech. And that silence is part of the input to the whisper detector. Without reading this whole post, basically some really smart people were able to determine what makes a whisper and how to tell the difference between normal speech and whispering. That way your response is either spoken to you normally or whispered back. There are two ways you can set this up. You can open up the app, select the three lines on top, go to settings, choose Alexa account, select Alexa voice responses, and turn on whispered responses. The other way to enable it is with your voice. Computer, turn on whisper mode.
Okay, whispered responses is now on.
We are now ready to go. I have not even used this yet. I like to try them out for the first time with you to get an honest reaction back from me. Computer, what time is it?
Whoa, I think you just whispered to me. From now on, when you whisper, I will whisper back. You can always say turn off whisper mode. Now, it's 1:05 p.m.
I don't know if you heard that because she was being very quiet. Computer, what time is it?
It's 1:06 p.m.
That's kind of weird. Computer, what's on my calendar tomorrow?
Tomorrow, there are 6 events. Here are the first 4 events. There's Renew Passport, which lasts all day. At 11:30 a.m., there's Dr. Labasar Day. At 1 p.m., there's Artemis Walk. And at 1 p.m., there's Cancelled.
That's kind of crazy. Computer, set an alarm for 7 a.m. tomorrow.
Alarm set for 7 a.m. tomorrow.
Okay, that time she thought I was talking at full volume. Okay. Computer, set an alarm for tomorrow at 7 a.m.
Alarm set for 7 a.m. tomorrow.
That is really cool, but really weird at the same time. Let's try something else out. Computer, tell me a joke.
Why did the golfer take his chauffeur onto the course? His caddy said to bring a driver.
Computer, play classical music.
Here's a station for classical music. All classical on Amazon Music.
That's interesting. I didn't turn the volume down on the device. When I first started, I had the volume up to here. Let's try that again, because when I whispered for music, it brought it in really low. Let's try that one more time. So volume, let's try just asking for music at the higher volume. Computer, play classical music.
Here's a station for classical music. All classical on Amazon Music.
Now let's try whispering it. Computer, play classical music.
Here's a station for classical music. All classical on Amazon Music.
See, it turned the volume down. Now, one thing I noticed is once it turns the volume down for a response in whisper mode, it keeps the volume lower, which is good. You're not going to get blindsided with something. So if it doesn't interpret another request as a whisper, at least it's not going to give you a full volume thing. One thing to note is I do have the audible response turned on. That's where you hear the tone after you make a request. That way I know it has heard me. If you turn that off, you won't have an issue with that making noise in whisper mode. Computer, tell me a story.
Puppy love. It wasn't the first time she had
Computer,
seen him
stop.
at the park. She recognized.
Okay, so it did the story at a lower volume. It didn't tell me the story in a whispered tone. I guess that would be kind of weird. Computer, how are you feeling?
It must be Halloween, because one minute I'm feeling a little tricky, and the next I'm feeling kinda treaty.
It seems like most requests you make are going to come back as a whisper. If you're going to ask for a playback of something, at least it's going to lower the volume for you. That's a little look at whisper mode. It's interesting. It's a little creepy and weird to have it whisper back to you, but it is pretty cool, especially if one moment you're listening to loud music and the next time you're making a request and everybody's asleep and you don't want to wake anybody up or disturb someone, it'll respond back quietly. It'll drop the volume down so you don't have an issue. One thing I did realize is if you speak too close to the device, it may interpret it as not being a whisper. Another thing to note, this is currently only available in English United States, according to Amazon's website. So hopefully this spreads elsewhere. I know they're a little slow to spread stuff in other countries. It's an interesting new feature that they put a lot of work behind and had to create a way of recognizing this whisper. So I do appreciate that. I'll dig into it some more. Let me know your thoughts on it. My question for you is, do you think you'll use whisper mode? Let me know in the comments section. If you like this video, please hit that like button. If you haven't, consider subscribing and click that bell to be notified of next week's video. If you'd like to help support the channel, click the Amazon link in the description, bookmark it, use it, and Amazon will kick us back a little. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye.